So, just got something a little simple to say that that right here, that's hair. And I have to take some form of ownership of that because I've been doing something that's been causing her a whole lot of stress. And so it's about time I talk about it and work my way through it so that way we can further enhance our relationship. So stay tuned for the episode. We're going to talk about the demon. Talk about something that is pretty dark, but hopefully in the end it encourages everybody and brings a lot of light into a lot of people's relationships and personal growth as well. I mean, living in the light is better than in the darkness, but in those times, you really find out the strength of yourself and in some cases, the strength of your relationship.
Oh, yeah.
So this episode is pretty much about me, right? We're gonna get into, yeah.
It's about us, but how a particular part of you affects us.
And I'm gonna be doing most of the talking. So yeah, it's kind of, about me, because if I didn't have this personal issue, then it would not have manifested itself in our relationship.
True.
So yes.
That's true.
So it is the demon. As you saw in the bathroom, I felt extremely bad. I probably did have a smile on my face because that's kind of my reaction when it comes to things that aren't going too well. I try to stay extremely positive, and that does not necessarily work well when you're kind of angry and you're upset and I'm just smirking. I can't help it. I'll be trying, it just doesn't work. It just doesn't work. It comes out anyway. But yeah, the cause of the hair is pretty much me and the things that I've been doing. And I just called it the demon. I feel everyone has something that's either in them or something that they keep away from a lot of people because they're not necessarily proud of it, not ready to face it and to overcome it. And good thing when you have someone very strong right there by your side, and be like, what? I'm going to turn the spotlight on and I'm going to force you to talk about it. So that way we can work through it. So
even if it causes me to lose a lot of hair.
Yeah. I just couldn't wake up one day and you got hair just like me. That's just how it was hurting me. I like the long hair. But yeah. So the demon, the dark side of me that's been manifesting for many, many years, I guess I can say it really became a full-grown individual back in 2015. I think, 2015, I think is when it really hit me. All the years prior, from 2008, back in my senior year in high school, probably even before then, and all through my college years, I was a more, conceited person. Only kind of cared about myself and
conceited, selfish, wee bit vindictive towards women.
Yeah, I was vindictive, selfish, those things. And so, before I even get into that, just so you know who I am an individual, when I have something set on my mind that I'm going to achieve, I'm a racehorse. The blinders are on, eyes don't see anything but what I'm trying to do, and when it is done, then I can go ahead and see what everything else is going on. The very bad thing about that is being so focused on your goal and trying to achieve it, when you finally achieve that goal, you might look around and there's no one there, and you're going to wonder, what in the world happened? So, us being honest, open, and transparent about our communication is always going to make things a whole lot smoother. So, my issue, now that we're finally going to get into it, and I'm trying to avoid it, because I don't like talking about what happens in the dark.
But it's okay.
Yeah.
Because we're here together to work through it and help others in case they also need to work through it.
Yeah.
So.
That is very, very true.
Yes.
So, yeah, we're gonna try this one step at a time. So, with the vindictiveness, it stems from a consistent level or consistently being rejected by females, and that pretty much birthed anger and resentment, which led me to trying to play on emotions just so they can feel the pain that I was harboring inside of me rather than just dealing with that pain.
Mm-hmm.
So I pushed a lot of that on to other individuals and end up hurting them. And there was a glimmer of light of me recognizing that I was doing this in 2012. But there wasn't true focus because the blinders were on. I was singularly focused on trying to be that athlete, trying to get up out of the desert after being in Texas for so many years. And so I never even paid any attention. Got to Grambling, was enjoying my time there, and got a little buck wild. In a sense, got a little buck wild. Man, the times we'll talk about on another episode. But anyways, moving forward, then it really hit, like I said, in 2015. And in that moment, there was a level of, I guess you can say, disgust with myself, because stuff that was going on, the situation I was in, I had no choice but to deal with it. And with dealing with that emotion and realizing there was this inadequacy that came out of that. And that inadequacy being that because I've caused so much pain for a lot of individuals, and some I probably have done recently and not even known, but because of all of that pain, there was like, I truly don't deserve happiness. And upon that reflection, I noticed after 2012, in between 2012 and 2015, the relationships I was in, I pretty much at some point when I felt that there was like a level of happiness there were little things that I would do to ensure the happiness wouldn't be consistent, and then eventually the relationship would break off. Cause it's like, and then when that moment happens, there's a little sense of joy, which is weird because I'm getting what I deserve. I deserve to be by myself. I deserve to be alone, solely focused on my daughter, and that's just how life should be. It should just be me and her, nobody else, because me being alone means people are not getting hurt, reflecting on all the individuals back 2012, back 2015, that no, I put them through this, that, I just need to be alone. I think that's what I'm put on this earth for. But which is funny, I truly believe, and I've said this, very, very cocky, I will be the greatest boyfriend, husband, the face of this earth has ever seen. Whoever wants me, they will get that. But with every individual, there is a flaw, and that is my flaw. So though you might walk around and you feel that aura like, dang, he's the greatest dad, he hanging out with them, he's really cool, he sacrifices, he understands, he's such a lovebird because he's understanding, what love and relationships are all about. He likes to study it. So all of these things that are true. But there's a deep part of me that's like, yes, I have a level of understanding for relationships and love itself, and I'm able to effectively communicate that. But when it's time where there's mutual feelings between me and another person, and we step into the relationship, the moment happiness comes, there's something in me that just triggers like, no, this isn't right. You don't deserve this. And so unconsciously, I start doing little things that are poking at the joy and exposing a lot of holes and letting a lot of things get through, to where there is no more, in a sense, there's no more air in the balloon. So what I've been, how do I say this? So what I basically did, is did exactly those things. I can't say what they were exactly, which is why, you're here, yes, to let the people know what I did, because a lot of it, what I do it is unconscious until it's told to me, or this is the way that you're making me feel. And I'm just sitting there like, I did all of that, but I know that is coming. I know where it comes from, but I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to bring it up. And I know, because of previous, that at a certain level, that is going to happen. That side of me is going to come out and it's going to control my emotions, and I will start doing those things to start severing the ties so I can get back to being alone. This is what I deserve. Then you don't deserve that type of happiness. And so with Daisy, I felt it coming, and I tried to literally fight it as hard as I could.
So before you get to that,
no,
no,
because
this is the interesting part. Because when we were talking, like friendship, way back, when he like first came back to the desert.
Oh, that was not that long ago. That was 2016.
You came back in 15.
I came back in 15, but we weren't talking like that.
Exactly.
16.
So that's what I'm saying. It was like way back when, because we started talking like the beginning of 2016.
3 years ago.
So 3 years can be a lot. Like a lot can happen in 3 years. Anyways, so when we were talking, we were having our conversations, and I remember telling him, I don't think that I'm supposed to like be with anybody. Like it's gonna be me and my daughter Ray, and we're just that's it. Like. And he literally told me that I was selfish.
There's a reason why.
Stop. And then said he doesn't think he's supposed to be with anybody. First of all, like that just so messed up. But I wanted to point out that when we had that conversation, he specifically said the same thing. I don't think I'm supposed to be with anybody. But now that he's gotten used to the, of course, open, honest, transparent communication style that we've had.
Now
that you've gotten used to it.
Because wait a minute. Everyone needs to know this. I established this. I established the honest, transparent communication because I felt that would ensure that I would garner the level of trust and understanding from the individual that I'm truly interested in, so that way I can just truly be me. Even it's not fair, I don't have to live up to that.
That was his expectation. That's not what happened.
Yes.
That's not what happened.
It was going good for a while.
Not really.
Best and believe. It was about a good year and a half. Every now and then I would let something out. Because I would just choose to. But it wasn't until like a year and a half later that you really.
So when we had the conversation.
So I established the honest, transparent
I'm supposed to be talking too, sir.
You threw in that terrible O.
It wasn't terrible, it was purposeful.
And when that was thrown in, that's when I had to start talking about stuff.
No, it was.
I didn't want to talk about.
It was in the same conversation. We had a whole conversation, and he talked about he thinks it's important for people to be honest, transparent with their communication. And I said, yes, also open. So then we started the phrase.
That was not all at the same time, though.
It was all at the same time. Yes, it was.
My
Because
memory's
for
better
that.
than yours.
Also not true. So when we started the whole thing, you want to talk about the year and a half. The whole time during that year and a half, I would always bring up open, honest, transparent communication. Remember, we have open, honest, press it all the time, because he's supposed to be talking to me as well as me talking to him. He didn't always want to. Now, you guys don't know this, eventually you will. I can be pretty stubborn. I didn't press the issue because we were just friends and it was, it was okay. Really? I didn't press the issue. But the reason I brought that up was because back then in our beginning, you said, I don't think I'm supposed to be with anyone. But now, having experienced communication between the two of us for all this extended period of time, you said, I don't deserve, which are two very different things. I didn't think that my walk was to include a male counterpart. The way things happened in the past and having my daughter, it was going to be me and just my daughter. Nothing bad.
And I said that was very selfish.
Right.
But that's the two-parter.
That's
the two-parter because
you're interrupting me again.
I said that because, one, I had a personal mission.
I know.
Which is why I said that's extremely selfish. Because I had a personal mission that went the direction the Lord wanted it to go, not the way that I saw it going through mentally in my head. Yes.
Anyways, I brought that up to point out that then your speech and now your speech is different. Now your speech is more honest. It's not that you didn't think you were supposed to have someone, it's that you felt you didn't deserve someone.
It still proves my point as to me ensuring, since it is you, and thank the Lord, that honest, open, transparent communication is something I was making sure that you gave me 100% of the time. No closet moments, no nothing. You have to tell me
that took a minute.
Everything. But this now, what we just went through, was proof that I was not the one delivering the same thing. Because like I said, every now and then I would throw in something that you probably weren't expecting to hear or didn't expect for me to share with you.
You make it seem like that's new information to me. I literally would tell you, you are not being open, honest, and transparent.
That was recent. I'm just talking about, that's recent.
I'm talking about in the past 2 years too. I would tell you that often. How come I have to tell you stuff, but you don't ever have to tell me all of the time?
Yeah, but I would.
And then you wouldn't say anything. Yeah, I know.
I would tell you some things. I just wouldn't tell you all things.
Again,
because
I'm being
very
open, honest, transparent.
Yeah.
In your communication.
I'm admitting to it being one-sided.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
But that's not new information for me.
Oh,
you make it seem like it is. I already knew that.
I don't know.
But we digress. So.
You were the one talking. Go ahead.
I know. I wanted to point that out. That was my only thing. I wanted to point out the growth of you being open, honest, and transparent now versus when we started talking and you initially introduced it but didn't actually follow it. Yeah, I just wanted to point out the growth, that you have grown and you are starting to be more open, honest, and transparent in your communication with me. Yay! Victories.
All that to say, the last year and a half, you just proved my point. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Anytime. Continue.
Yeah, you just proved my point.
Continue.
Anyway, so This is really on you. You're supposed to be sharing with the people the stuff that I was unconsciously doing.
Oh, I thought you were still setting things up.
No, I'm just trying to get your mind straight based on what I was trying to say.
Yeah, so he says he didn't know. I'm not convinced of that, seeing as how it's a pattern that he is aware of. But anyways, so number one, he is not forthcoming with information, which goes completely against the open, honest, transparent communication style we have established. So that off the bat is a problem.
I established, because I can't say it's a we, because I'm not fully doing it yet.
It is a we. Yeah, you're trying.
But we were both 100% invested in the same thing. It's more so I establish it, you're giving the 100, I'm throwing you 75
Well, fine.
cents.
In that case, I'll just go back, and then when we get to the same spot, then we'll actually do it together at the same time.
No, you.
No.
You keep that same energy.
No. We're not at a we, so I'm not gonna do we work, and we're not at we.
Yeah, I'm working towards your level. Let me get there. Keep that same energy.
Anyways.
All the way through.
So the communication was one. And then, like he said, he would just little pokes, little jabs. We, since the beginning of our friendship, have had so many conversations about relationships and the kind of people that we have become because we've known each other from, young adulthood.
19 years.
From young adulthood. So he has paid close attention, and he knows a lot about me, and now I've gotten to
Ph.D.
I've gotten to know him better.
Associate's degree. All jokes.
I was gonna say, if anything,
no,
I have
PhD is for real for me though. Because I'm not always forthcoming.
I have a master's degree. Thank you. Master's. Okay. I will have a PhD once you decide to be forthcoming. Thank you.
Huh?
No bachelor's. I have a bachelor's in science for nursing. I got that.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, because, like I said, these last couple years have been mostly me getting to know him, which is how I noticed he's not very forthcoming. And then those passive-aggressive people where you do something that they really don't like, but they won't tell you that they don't like it. They just, and then they go talk to somebody else about it, and then they always
sure don't talk to nobody else.
Hush, sir. Thank you. They go talk to somebody else about it, and then they always kind of give you an attitude, and then the next thing you know, it's like, well, I don't understand why you did that, and you're like, wait, what are we talking about? I was just sitting here, and then they bring up the thing that you did that they didn't like, and it was like 2 days ago.
Oh, I catalog it all.
Right there. So.
Or I forget, and then it just pops in my head.
That's the other thing. So number one, communication. Number two, lack of memory, which I personally think is selective. He would argue that he just has poor memory, but trust me.
A lot of hits to the head.
Trust me, he can remember. He can remember my pen from last year, and I only told it to him once. He remembers details for other things that don't have anything to do with numbers.
Yes, they do.
Not everything has to do with the numbers.
What?
No. But anyways, communication, memory, and then he has that passive aggressiveness. Passive aggressiveness. Like he said, he doesn't go tell other people, but he harbors that. That irritated me, but I'm not going to talk to you about it. Mm-hmm. I'm just going to be irritated. And then I'm going to just be like, and you're completely confused and at loss. You have no idea what's going on. You're just defenseless. It's like, I don't understand.
You didn't cut the strawberries, right?
Yeah, strawberries. The whole thing about strawberries. Food has been an issue. You know, as you
Canned veggies.
As you will know from another episode, our backgrounds are different, therefore our food intake is different. And
we haven't even talked about that yet.
As I said, as you will know from another video, which means they know that there will be another video coming. Thank you. Anyways, excuse me, I've been counseled about this. A lot of times I will make food. I'm pretty much the person at home right now and doing the cooking. So I will make food, and in almost the majority, quite often, I won't say all, quite often, there is something. Why do we have refried beans and not whole beans? I want my whole beans with rice. I don't eat rice with sugar and butter. I just eat it with sugar. I don't this. Why did you buy that milk? I want this milk. And it's like, well, I'm buying for the whole house. So like the majority kind of has to rule, and you know, like we're not going to
sweetened milk.
We're not going to waste money because you know
people.
He's all about the money, right?
Organic sugar.
You gonna let me talk or not?
What?
He's all about the money, right? This is Mr. Money right here. So I'm thinking in my head, okay, I'm not gonna waste money. These things can be used. It can feed a family of 4 quite easily. We'll have something left over. I'm trying to think and, you know, plan things out. You didn't cut the strawberries right. Those are the wrong kind of beans. I want this. Why do you have frozen vegetables? I want canned vegetables. I mean, there's always something. And then, you know, everyone has their own expectations.
That's what it is.
The problem is the expectations are never voiced until it's a problem and the food is before him or whatever else it is has happened. It's always an afterthought. It's never forethought. So, on top of that,
I eat the food. Don't even act.
I know. I never say you didn't eat the food, but there's a lot of times you have something to say about the food that is not always in a positive light about the food.
The food be good. I don't be saying the food is trash.
I never said that you said any
You
of
said
that.
not a positive light.
Yeah, something is wrong with the dish.
Nothing's wrong. I feel it's me sharing with you what it is that I was expecting. So the next time, because I'm going to let you do what you do. Once I know, because we're blending. We're still blending. Like I say, organic sugar?
Social media family.
What?
All of those who are
Unsweetened
participating in the QFLO world, please do me a favor. Help me. Please help me.
No.
In the comments, if you're watching this on YouTube, in the comments, can you please put down what you... Okay. Can you please put down what you understand a critique is? I would appreciate that. What a critique is. I tried to explain it, but it's like, no, I'm not critiquing you. It's not a criticism. I'm just telling you what I wanted, what I expect. Could you...
It's informative information for round 2. That's all it is.
It's a critique. It is criticism about whatever.
It's kind of like the
placed
folding of the clothes. I let you fold a shirt. Okay. This is how I fold my shirts. Simple.
And I don't wash my dress socks until they're all dirty.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Like thousands for thousands. I don't like people knowing I got the same dress socks. Man, by the time you see them dress socks again, you think they knew. That's why I wait. That's how the shoes might be busted, but the socks is looking clean.
Anyways, so.
See that right there? These socks, purple right here. My mama's favorite color. I'll probably wear these about 2 months. Gonna get another compliment out of these socks. fire.
I honestly don't think I've ever seen those socks.
She's seen them. It's just been a long time.
But anyways, there's always something. Now, like he said, we're still blending. We're still trying to figure all of this out. So I will tell him I have absolutely no problem following the open, honest, transparent communication style that we have established. So I will tell him, you know, I understand things are different, but could you do a little less critiquing of the cooking, the cleaning, the laundry folding, the whatever it is.
The what did you do today?
I can't stand that. I'm not 5. I'm grown.
I just be wanting to check in.
If I don't need you to check in, I don't need you to.
See
What he means by check in, he
How
means
your-
check up.
Nah, see how your day was going, you know.
Did I complete
I
his
just want-
list that he
I
felt
just
I
wanna-
should have done that was in his head?
I just want to know your day. I just want to know how everything went.
So then you say, "How's your day been?" Not "What did you do today?"
I do.
Did you finish this? No.
Yeah, and I don't even say, "Did you finish this?" I'd be like, "What do we got left to do?"
Which irritates me also. For those of you who were nursing assistants or MAs, that group "we" that really means me is so irritating. We didn't do it. I did it.
What?
You were
I had
out.
to write it down. I had to text it.
First of all, you don't even write it down.
Communicate
I have a
it to
whiteboard
you.
in there with a honey-do list that is literally ongoing. Something gets erased, something
It's
else
so
gets put
ongoing.
up.
That's
I do
why
it.
the honey is sweet. It's always being worked.
Anyway.
Always. But circling back to the main point of the demon, those are the little things, the little knick-knacks,
I didn't
little tic-tacs that be going on, that be causing your
tic-tacs.
irritation.
No, the irritation isn't that there are differences. It's that I ask you, can
What?
I have a little bit more time with you? When it's time for us to talk, you give me your undivided attention and not be splitting it through all of the different screens
Which
in the
goes back to
apartment.
the blindfolds, my people. Blindfolds.
When you see something that you're not accustomed to, can you, instead of, critiquing, just go with it and, we'll just go with it. And when you start actually,
My name is Flo.
when you actually
Always
start,
go with it.
when you actually start cooking, then, I'll see, differences. Oh, okay, well, this is how he does it. This is how he likes. So I understand there are differences and those things have to be communicated. So I tell him, a little less critiquing and this, that, and the other. The irritation comes when it's continued. So he continues to poke holes. He continues to critique. He continues to have all of these little things that just seem to be so irritating. On top of sometimes Floydell uses a speech that can be a bit condescending, and this I can say is unconscious. He doesn't realize it. I call it his business speak. And he doesn't realize it. It's like, well, that's just what I want you to do. I understand that's what you want me to do, but there's another way to say that that's kinder and more polite. So the other things and all of the other little irritations that he just didn't seem to understand were actually important in the way things were communicated, just stressed me out. It had me feeling like everything I did was wrong. Everything I did, I couldn't sneeze correctly because I didn't fold tissue paper the right number of times to reuse it. Everything I did was wrong.
Your tissue's gotta look like a diamond. Come on now.
Anyways, that was an example. That didn't actually happen.
It happened mentally.
Oh, well, I didn't know.
All jokes aside.
But yeah, so it wasn't that there were differences or expectations that I didn't know. It was when I spoke to him about the things that I was experiencing and I was feeling, it seemed like it was disregarded, and he just continued to poke, prod, irritate, which is why I said I'm not completely convinced that he didn't recognize it. It was unconsciously done, because I told him, hey, can you just take a step back with all of that? It was like, no, I'm good, thank you, bye.
Blindfolds, people. When you are focused on your task at hand. All the other noise is white noise.
Excuses.
So that is
people.
exactly what was going on.
Excuses.
So it led to a conversation, because we're not going to sit here all day talking about all these little things. Just need to hit a few of them.
There were a lot of them.
Because I am a great person. Come on.
He is. He is a good person. And I tell him those things too.
Give me the love.
And trust me, I am not one to inflate anybody's ego.
Inflate it.
But I will tell him, because it is true.
You better touch the sky.
He is a good father. You know, he's a great employee. He's a great friend. He is all of those things. He is.
Terrible teacher, though. Just terrible.
It's
Sarcasm, by the way. I am a very great teacher when it comes to 1 + 1
math, okay.
equals 2. I'm very good with numbers. It is my best friend.
It's not my best friend. So
Yeah.
I don't think it's-
Second love. Second love was numbers, because the ball stopped dribbling.
Third love?
What?
Third love.
I don't.
God will be first love. I am second love. And math will be third
I'm
love.
talking about earthly things.
Hey.
We all know the Lord comes first. Do you not see the shirts? Nothing makes sense when we're apart.
Yeah,
If
but
you're
we
not-
are earthly.
But if you're not with the Lord, nothing will make sense.
Oh, my cheese and crackers.
Oh,
Anyway.
cheese and crackers is good. Oh, Lord. Yeah.
Anyways.
We're going to continue.
Moving forward.
Yes, we had enough dairy today. So, we're going to get right back to the topic. But anyways, so the whole thing was
Conversation we had.
the conversation that we had. The demon needed to be slaughtered and killed, because I was not about to lose this individual sitting right next to me that had me wait for 17 years. Jesus.
There was a lot
Christ.
of growing up we each need to do respectively.
The Lord knew. And you were born before me, and I already knew, coming down from heaven, and tried to make it known. The moment my feet touched the desert, she wasn't having it. And I wasn't going to have it. So I had to change me. So that's pretty much what it is. Every man probably has a lot of different pressures. Me personally, it is trying to be the best father that I can to 3 kids. Yeah, 3 kids, 3 different mothers of the children. Trying to maintain the peace, have a job, blend these families, work together, be cohesive and as strong as possible. Almost be like a brass chain, just unbreakable. You can't, there's no manpower, no muscles that can pull that chain apart. So that was, a lot of different things handling. Then I got my knees. My knees is bad, ain't got no cartilage, it's balling too hard. Dealing with some chest pains, feel like my chest is on fire, even now.
He is like one of the youngest old people.
My knees is 82, and I'm 28. Lord, be with me. And just tired, doing a lot. And so I just realized I gotta boost my energy so that way I can ensure that this relationship lasts for as long as I want it to be. Because, man, I saw it a long time ago. And so now that it's here, we 17 years behind. So I gotta, got some making up to do. But anyway, I needed to sit back and be like, you know what? I have to share what's going on with me, so that way she can understand and best support. But through me voicing, I'm getting closer and closer to the light and being able to be completely vulnerable and expressing a lot of my emotions and things that are going on with me internally. So do not let the demon, do not let what you're ashamed of truly block the blessing that God has for you, especially when He has placed someone there just for you. Do not waste it. Do not waste it. A flower cannot blossom without sunshine, just as though as a man cannot live without love. So, yes, water that flower, so when the sun does shine, it'll bloom. And it'll bloom, and it'll exuberate all the love and compassion and understanding your way, because that's what you would need to keep driving you and moving you forward. So yeah, I've learned a little valuable lesson. Continue to pray, because we all need prayer.
Oh, yes.
One day at a time. Blending these families is not so easy. It has its challenges. We're always on the road or in the air. For me, personally, so I'd be tired. I'd be tired. But I have to do what I have to do.
Don't sound so joy-filled.
I have to do it.
I have to do it.
Oh, I got to.
do.
I was born into a family that set precedence on being responsible for your actions and taking care of responsibilities that were caused by your actions. So I have to do what I gotta do, because I don't want Big Mama coming after me. I don't want none of my peoples coming after me. So I gotta take care of my responsibilities, and my family that I've been waiting for finally got it. 17 years, people. I'm 28. 17 years? You know how old I was? I was 10. And I knew.
So.
And you was 12.
I'm sure that at 10 years old, this
knew.
was not the family. You were like, oh, yes, please.
No.
Exactly.
We grew up. Man, what?
And let me just point out, when he says 3 kids, he's talking about
my 3 kids.
He's talking about the 2 that
my
he fathered
3 kids.
And my
daughter. Kids.
No, because I don't want people thinking you have 3 kids and then there's also Ray, and that makes 4. There are no 4 kids. There's only 3 kids.
2 8-year-old girls, 3-year-old boy. I had 3 kids.
You have 3 kids. 2 that you fathered, and another
that I'm fathering.
that you're parenting.
What?
You didn't father her. You're parenting her.
What?
You did not father her.
I've known her since she was in the belly.
Well, that is true.
Was caught me by surprise.
That is a totally different.
I gotta say this because we're gonna lead into it. I was shocked.
Just as shocked as I was to see that he already had
at
his
10
daughter.
years old. What is wrong? Wow, what? Pregnant? How dare you?
10 years old.
Yeah, since I was 10. I knew that this day was coming.
Oh.
And I come back 9 years later? What?
Wait. Whoa.
Yeah.
What? At 10 years old, he knew this day would come. Mm-hmm. He comes back 9 years later and is shocked that I'm pregnant. Yeah. But he already has
double standard.
A daughter.
How dare you?
His daughter was born
first. This happens in real life. First. How dare you?
How dare you? If you knew at 10 years old, how come you were stepping out on me all of those many times when you knew this was going to happen?
Because the Lord had to prepare me for you.
Don't throw him into your mess. Don't throw him into your mess.
He knew he was going to put me through, but you? No, I'm just playing. I'm just being funny. We went through what we needed to go through so we can get to this point.
Right.
The Lord had to knock her upside her head so she can finally realize, man, you was wasting your time.
First of all, we'll get to that.
I'm just playing. I'm just playing. I'm just playing.
Yeah, you're just playing because
Huh?
A Little Wild.
Huh?
Was
Huh?
A Little Wild was you.
Huh?
Yeah, A Little Wild was you.
What?
I was not wild. No wild
What?
at all. No wildness.
Oh
Just
man,
not it.
man, I was
Not
like
it.
trapped in the closet. There's just so many twists and turns going on. It was terrible. Mm-hmm. Lots of different experiences. Mm-hmm. Lots of different situations, ships, and stuff. But it was all for the betterment of us. You like that, right? Yeah, I did that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna smile
Yeah,
at
see
that one.
See that smile?
Yeah.
Smile of joy and acceptance.
Definitely
Mhm.
that last one. Yes, definitely the
Yes.
latter. Acceptance. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Joy.
But it's all good.
Yeah.
It's all good. So, before we go, this is probably the second shirt that we've worn.
Mhm.
So this is from Couples Choice. These shirts are freaking awesome. I will say, if you go to coupleschoice.com, order that shirt, be patient. I was shaking in my boots. They don't come from a company in
No.
the United States.
It's from China.
When we got the package, it was from China. I
Takes
was
time.
nervous. I was finna submit claims left and right because I didn't know. But they have great t-shirts on there. Just gotta be patient with them.
It's
We will
only
drop-
black or white.
We will drop the link
Hey,
in the video.
I don't want anyone to get confused.
In the
We thought one of our
comments.
shirts was going to be navy blue. They don't have
That's
colors.
because we
It's just black and white.
collectively are slow. It is clearly black and white on there. Some things have dashes of red, but we was just dumb.
No,
We
it was
saw that
late.
shirt.
It was like 11 o'clock at night.
Exactly. That's a lie. More like 2:30 at night trying to order this stuff.
Oh, because we left the
So
crew
it
home.
took
Yeah.
so it took a minute. It took a minute, but these shirts are pretty awesome. They have a whole bunch of them.
Yeah.
We'll drop the link in there so you guys can go check them out. Again, patience with them. It is coming from China, like we said.
Mhm.
So, anything else you want to say? No.
Women. Okay, men. Yes, this was kind of towards you. Women do have things too, but women, be patient. Stay on them, but be patient.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Pray. Stay on them and be patient.
Oh, and we're also going to shout out to the P.I.T podcast. Y'all check
Yes.
that out. Those are our peoples.
Yes.
They are doing their thing.
Mm-hmm.
It
So
is-
informative.
It is some very good stuff, very encouraging, very, very spiritual. So it's good. It's good information about relationships. So we'll also drop that in there so you guys can check them out as well. We'll end it with me, because it was all about me, really. This really was.
Actually, it was all about my hair that you affected.
Yeah, the hair's coming back though. It went extra long. It was literally like gone, but in 2
It was
weeks
not.
it came back like that.
It was
But
not.
back to me. It's all about me. Just kidding. It's all jokes. Just check out Wilson Financial. This is my company that I'm starting. Not starting. I lied. Started a while ago, but we're now moving. We're grooving. It's all focused on bookkeeping and accounting for different businesses, having different classes to teach individuals how to effectively and efficiently use their income to better grow their tomorrow. What our motto is, we're always focusing on tomorrow, not today, and we really stand firm in that. So just look at the link. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Apple Podcasts. We got a crew. Oh yeah. So yeah, just check us out on all those sites. Information is very informative. We appreciate the support, appreciate the love. Check out everybody, the P.I.T podcast, Couples Choice, Wilson Financial. Any help, anything you need to listen to give you a little boost of confidence, you can check those podcasts out. Other than that, we'll see you next time. Deuces.